welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tope, and in this video I'll be showing you how to do knotless braids on your hair. I have 4C natural hair, and as you can see, my knotless braids are popping. I love this hairstyle because it's super lightweight. My hair doesn't feel any tension or pressure. Unlike regular braids that sometimes you feel like you have to wait a few days to be able to style your hair, I can move this in all directions, and trust me, my scalp is good for it. So yeah, watch the video to learn how to do knotless braids, and I hope you give this hairstyle a try. I started by parting my hair. For the back section, I parted into 8 rows, and then later on, as I install the braids, I'll do individual parts for each braid. For the front section, I decided to do each individual braid, so I parted into rows and columns for this section, and I find that parting your hair first helps you with time management and is more efficient. And for the back, you can just part as you go along, but for the front, where you want your lines to sort of be perfect, then parting into individual sections is a great idea. Before installing the extension, I applied some edge control to the roots of my hair. This would help your roots to stay nice and flat. You can use any edge control of your choice. I use the Shine and Jam Extra Hold Gel, and I find that this works for my hair. So just use anything that works for your hair, and then I go in to brush it down just to make sure that it's nice and flat. So to get the knotless braids, the idea is that you want to start off with your own hair before adding the attachment. What I do is I divide each individual part of hair into 3 parts, and then I start off by braiding my natural hair. I braid it 2 times before adding the attachment. If you have thick hair, then you can get away with braiding, further down, and that would even actually help your braids to be really smooth, like the thickness will be consistent throughout. So what you want to do, just imagine you're running a relay race and you're trying to pass the baton. In this instance, you're trying to attach the extension to your natural hair, and you want to place that between your thumb and your index finger. That's where you want the hair to go through, and then when you do that, you just continue braiding, and then you do this as many times as you want. I did it three times for each section of hair. If you want it to be thicker, if you want it to be longer, then you can apply as much as you want. A braiding tip I would like to share for beginners is that as you just move along with your knotless braids, try and squeeze the beginning part with your fingers just to make sure that everything is smooth, because there's a likelihood that as you're moving and turning your hand, your braids will be all wobbly. So just try and make sure that you squeeze it and try and make sure everything is nice and smooth, feel it along the vertical and horizontal side just to make sure that it's smooth. And I find that this works for me, because otherwise in some instances I would have had like wobbly braids that are not looking sleek. For the ends of my hair, when I got to that part of my hair, I added some Shine and Jam gel as well, just to make sure that my natural hair matches the texture of the attachment, and just make sure that everything goes in there, nice and smooth. You don't want your natural hair to be sticking out, because this is a protective style, so you want to make sure that your natural hair is properly braided with the extension. So this is just me showing you what I did from another angle. You want to start your knotless braids by braiding your natural hair and then adding the extension. You want to add the extension between your thumb and your index finger. That's where you want your extension to go, and then braid it down as you go along. Remember that as you go along, try and squeeze the part of your hair to make sure that your braids is nice and smooth and is not wobbly. Especially for beginners, this is a very important tip that you want to do. And as you go along, add the hair, add as many times as you want, and just braid. When you get to the part where your hair ends, try and also add some gel to make sure that your hair blends with the attachment. And so that's it. I'm just going to leave a few more clips just so you can get a grasp of it. It's easy to do. I know it might seem daunting, but once you try it out, like, you actually realize that this thing is super easy, and you can do this on yourself. You can do this for yourself, you know, if you don't want to. I mean, this is COVID era and some people are home and all that. If you want to install your braids yourself, order your extension online, install it and do it yourself. If you also do not want to spend a fortune installing your braids, this is a very good way for you to get your hair done. So I hope you keep on watching, and there's a lot more. There's a juicy bit at the end, you know, an extra tip that I'd like you to see.
Ask the question, then you said it. Always saying things you're regretting. Can't erase the steps we've taken. Can't go back to the time and place we met. I was so upset, but you made it all better. Now it's messing with my head, yeah. We don't say goodbye the best. I still feel your ghost inside my chest. No, we didn't learn our lesson, but if you want, can we try again? Oh yeah, try again. Push the pedal to the pavement. Always dreaming that we'd make it. In the rear view, our reflection is a stranger to the time and place we met. I was so upset, but you made it all better. Now it's messing with my head, yeah. We don't say goodbye the best. I still feel your ghost inside my chest. No, we didn't learn our lesson, but if you want, can we try again? We don't say goodbye the best. I still feel your ghost inside my chest. No, we didn't learn our lesson, but if you want, can we try again? Try again. Oh yeah, try again. Can we pass a test this time? I can call you mine. Ask the question, then you said it. Always saying things you're regretting. Can't erase the steps we've taken. Can't go back to the time and place we met. I was so upset, but you made it all better. Now it's messing with my head, yeah. We don't say goodbye the best. I still feel your ghost inside my chest. No, we didn't learn our lesson, but if you want, can we try again?
Last tip I have for you is to apply some mousse, you know, some styling foam to your hair. This will help you to keep everything nice and smooth. It will help tame those flyaways, the hairs that you do not get into the braids. You know, it will just help them to lay flat. Tie that with some scarf, leave it in for a bit, and then, you know, do whatever you want, style your hair. That's it, guys. See you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.